Hi, this is bearhunter.tv and this is your host, Zane Daggett. Welcome to my next video blog.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about tree stand prep. When you're putting your tree stand up in the tree, obviously it's not going to be an easy task. You've got the elements of climbing up in a high place, branches poking you in the eye, all kinds of issues that make it difficult. So what I like to do is get my stand ready before I even go into the woods. So this particular brand, which is a Lone Wolf, I like it because it's lightweight and very adjustable to getting it level once you're in the tree. So it has an adjustable nut here in the seat. So when you bring the seat down, you can make the seat level. If you don't like the height of the seat, not the height, but the way it's tilting, you can simply adjust the screw and bring it down and make it more level. The other thing I like about it is also has adjustment for where you would actually be standing. It has an adjustment here. You can see that where there's different notches that you can place the tree stand so that it's either leaning forward, leaning back, or level. Obviously level better. So the other thing I like to do is this one has a particular style of strap that would go around the tree. And if you know you're going to be in the tree where you're mainly using your left hand for pulling, or the angle you're going to be pulling, just readjust the strap so that that pull mechanism is on the side closest to you and not away from you. It's pretty straightforward. Most of the tree stands don't come with a ratchet type style tie down. I like the ratchet style. It feels a little more secure in the tree. You can really ratchet this thing tight to the tree. And just keep in mind at the end of the season, you're going to want to loosen, either take the tree stand all the way out of the tree or loosen the straps so that you don't hurt the tree over the season, and you don't want the tree stand to start growing into the tree. One other tip is I typically take a combination lock and I lock the seat in the upright position around the tree. This gives you the security of no one stealing your tree stand or sitting in your tree stand when you're not there. Another thing about the Lone Wolf tree stand, and I know there are other ones out there similar to this, but it's a lot quieter. Some of the older wire mesh type stands, when you stand in a creek and make a lot of noise up in the tree, this one is very quiet. It's very solid yet lightweight. It has a place here for your bow to rest and kind of lock into the tree stand in between your legs. You can buy decorative branches as camouflage to go into these holes here. Um, it's fairly straightforward tree stand. The key is to get it up early so you're not disturbing the woods any more than you have to, and make sure that you're comfortable in it. Practice shooting from up there, as I mentioned in other blogs, but key is comfort, quiet, and safety obviously is very important. Okay, I'm out here. I'm going to put up my second tree stand. This is Zane Daggett, your host. You're watching Bear Hunter TV, and I'm about to put up a tree stand. Going to strap it up, as I talked in earlier videos about the importance of having a safe tree stand. I like using the Lone Wolf series. It's lightweight, very quiet in the woods. I don't know what your preference is about climbing up a tree. I have two different type. I have the strap-on type, as you see here, and I also have some that actually screw into the tree further up. Um, Nice thing about having the strap-on type, at least this type, is you have something to hold on to with your hands, and if you have a backpack on, very easy to scale up. Uh, Coming down in the dark, the larger your surface to set your foot on, a little bit easier it is to get down the tree, because you will be coming down in the pitch dark. And one of the things that I haven't really talked about, but if you are experienced in bear hunting, you know that you don't want to have any light shining. And so you're going to come out with no green light, no lights, nothing. It's going to be dark, and the more secure you are coming down that tree, the better off you are. So I do like these kind of pedestal type, but I also have up further, closer to the actual tree stand itself, the screw-in type. Of course, I did have to pick the sappiest of all sappy trees in the forest to set my tree stand. A little alcohol on your clothes will cure that, as well as on your hands. But this was the best tree over the bait site. Just one quick thing I wanted you to see. I have the the ratchet in place now. I'm going to tighten it up. I put it on the higher part of the vertical support for the seat, and like I said, it did come with a strap. I'm going to leave the strap on there. Makes it easier when I take it down in the fall. But I'm all set to just tighten it up. Matter of fact, I'm going to see if I can do that while videotaping here. I want it nice and snug on that tree. I feel a lot more secure when I'm sitting in it. Okay, I have it up. I'm in the tree stand. It is a little breezy today, so that makes the tree sway quite a bit. And again, as I mentioned in an earlier blog video, take some shots with your bow up in your tree stand. If you need to, get your partner to retrieve the arrows for you and string them up the tree for you. But you need to take the shots. This is quite a ways up here. I didn't bring my rangefinder with me today, but I know I have about 13 to 14 yard shot at a steep angle down, and I've been experimenting with a pendulum sight. Either way, no matter what sight you're using, you want to make sure you feel comfortable in shooting into your kill zone while up in the tree. I don't know if this video is going to do this justice, but just a sidebar, nothing to do with hunting per se. Just absolutely beautiful up here in the tree stand. The swamp that I have is over in this direction here. You can just barely catch the edge of it. It's kind of a wetlands type area. There's a good amount of water over there. I can actually hear the bear cross the swamp. I can't see them from the tree stand. That's kind of a neat experience to hear them come in during your hunting time. Unfortunately, they don't always come into the bait site, and one of the things we want to talk about is how do you get your bear to come into the bait site during shooting light, and that's not always an easy thing. But most important thing is scent elimination. You want to wear scent lock type clothes. You want to not be wearing them until you go into the woods. Typically, I have the advantage of being at my cabin, so a lot of times I'm taking a shower just prior to going out, and I'm using scent away type soaps. As you can see, it's getting pretty breezy up here. Couple of things to talk about. I can't recall how much we went into this in previous blogs, but I mentioned that the bear don't always come in during the shooting light hours, and they'll come in and do what's called stacking. They will surround the bait site, and they'll wait their turn to go into the bait site to eat. And there is a pecking order, as I mentioned in my written blog, and during that pecking order, sometimes a smaller bear will come in first, and then they'll get skittish and they'll jump out to let a bigger bear come in. The stacking typically occurs just towards the sunset time when it's getting dark and it gets very hard to see the site. They won't necessarily stack before that. Some will come in earlier. They'll come in as early as 3 o'clock. You'll need to know your site well enough to decide whether you're going to go out at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. And I am talking PM. It's one of the great things about bear hunting. You don't have to get up early in the morning. One of the things that I have experienced though is that depending upon the feeding in the area, how plentiful the food is will determine how early the bear come in. The last couple of years the berry season has been late, and so therefore the bear have plenty of food to collect in the woods, and they're not necessarily as tempted to come to the bait site. So I always like to check and see what the berries are doing. I just happened to check today, and the berries are already very ripe, and because they're ripe, they tend to fall off the trees by the middle of August, or fall off the branches, their limbs by the middle of August, which I think is a great thing, because now the bear will be looking for food in the month of September, and that's really what you want during the bear season. Last year and the year before, like I said, it was kind of late in the season, so the bear had plenty of food out there to eat, and they weren't as hungry to come into the site, although I did have over 13 or 14 different bear come into the bait site. A couple years ago in New Hampshire, while hunting with a friend, we had bear coming in during shooting light hours, just one after the other. It was amazing. We got a lot of footage and a chance to see a lot of different bear. The year after that, it was total opposite. We didn't see but maybe 3 or 4 bear all season long, right before shooting light was over, and they never actually came into the site until after shooting light. So depending upon, again, the food structure that's out there available in nature will determine how desirable it is for them to come into the bait site. So you got to scout the area, and that's kind of what I've been doing today.